a call, make a bong bong bong, make a call, make a keep at the bong bong bong, your body kakara, make a bong bong bong, on a make it.
Hey pretty girls for game, it's your girl LaDonna and I am back with another video. Yay! If you are new to my channel, welcome guys. My name is LaDonna and I am the founder of Pretty Girl with Game. I empower women to know their self-worth while reaching their fullest potential and having some game out here, okay? We have to have some game. Before we get into the video, this is just a disclaimer. I'm gonna talk to y'all the same way I talk to my best friends, and I do not play about them. So let's go ahead and get right into the video. Isn't it so crazy that the nicest people that you know get hurt the most? Not because they're not kind, but because they confuse kindness with ignoring what they clearly see. You know, we've been taught to just be nice and give people grace and, you know, give them another chance and stuff like that. But we haven't truly been taught discernment. Having discernment is going to be super important for your adulthood because you're going to meet people that's going to want to be your friend. You're going to meet people that's going to want to be in a relationship with you. You're going to meet people that's going to want to take from you, that's going to want to use you, or that's going to use you to get back at somebody. And you need to have discernment with your family as well, because at the end of the day, everybody is not for you. Not everybody has your best interests. Some people are thinking about their best interests. And so that's where discernment comes in. Have you met people that's made your life worse, that's made you question yourself, or that's made you felt drained from being around them? Discernment saves you from self-betrayal. So let's go ahead and get into why discernment is more valuable than being nice. Number one, behavior is the most honest form of communication. It doesn't get any clearer than that, okay? Because words tell you who somebody wants to be, but actions is going to tell you who they are. If somebody says that they want to be your friend, but they do everything that a friend doesn't do, that's not your friend. If somebody says that they want to be in a relationship and they don't do anything that you should do in a relationship, they're not trying to be in a relationship. So we need to take these clear signs of behavior as a form of communication, because just because somebody tell you all the right things, that doesn't mean that they're going to fall in line and their actions are going to just match up. And that's something that I have learned. I've grown to learn that behavior is a form of communication. Although people want to be like, oh, well, they said they gonna do this or they said they gonna do that. People say anything, okay? That don't mean that what they're saying is the truth. Okay, if somebody say, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna be at your house at 7, and then they don't show up at 7 and they show up at 9, what does that make them? Because the only thing I could think of is a liar, or someone who doesn't, you know, take time seriously, or someone that, you know, is not serious about the things that they say. They don't stand on their word. So we have to be honest with ourselves and say, you know what? Behavior is a form of communication, because people show up for what they want to show up for. Okay, if somebody has a job interview and they say come and you need to be at the job interview at 10 o'clock, somebody that really wants the job is going to be there at 10. Their actions are going to align. So start surrounding yourself with people whose actions align with what they say. That is super important. Number two, stop waiting for some hardcore evidence to just fall in your lap to see that somebody doesn't really mess with you like that. Okay? You don't need no courtroom case to see that somebody's actions is showing you that they don't mess with you for real. You don't need that. And it's super important that you're listening to your intuition on things and people's behavior, because that's the clearest form of communication. And I know that I keep saying this, but this is what discernment is. Discernment is the ability to read beyond words. You focus on patterns, you focus on behavior, you focus on the way that people are making you feel. And it has nothing to do with you, it has everything to do with them. But it's on you to make the decision to walk away from these people. You just don't owe anyone unlimited chances in your life when they show you that they don't respect you. Because the more times that people are able to sit in your face and disrespect you, is the more times they get bolder and bolder with it. I can't count on my hands how many times I wish I would have just did it certain situations, because it just got worse and worse. Whether that was friendships or relationships or certain family members, like, it just got worse and worse because they just felt like they could do whatever they want. I don't know if it was like a form of entitlement, like, okay, well, I'm in her life, so I can say this, or, you know, their words of concern, like, oh, well, I'm just being honest, or whatever the case is. But the more that I allowed them access in my life, the more they got bolder with their disrespect. It's not a good feeling either. It's not a good feeling, because you should have listened to your intuition of, I should have just not have con, or I should have just not have even entertained them, or whatever the case is. Like, we need to start paying attention. We need to understand how valuable our access is. Number 3, being nice keeps people comfortable. They are going to start liking a version of you that lacks boundaries, that lacks self-respect, that puts other people before themselves, and it's going to feel like self-betrayal. Okay? You do not want to be in a position like that, because it's showing a level of low self-esteem that you aren't able to stand up for yourself and say, hey, I don't like the way this is making me feel, or I don't like the way that you are talking to me, or I don't like the way that, you know, you projecting your insecurities onto me. You have to be able to stand up for yourself. You need to have some type of discernment, because people only do what you allow. So you allow people to feel so comfortable and to feel like they have all of this unlimited access that they feel like they can do whatever they want. You want people to respect you. You don't want to just be the person that people say, oh yeah, she gonna let you do that. You don't want to be that person. You want to be somebody that people actually respect. Somebody that says, oh no, she's not going for that. And I've definitely put myself in the position to be that type of person, because having respect is much more valuable than being liked. I don't care to be liked. I want people to respect me. When I walk in the room, I want people to sit up straight, because they know I'm not going for that. You disrespect me, you're gonna wish you never did it. You went against me, you're gonna wish you never did it. Okay? Because when you respect yourself, you teach other people how to respect you. When you move with a level of discernment, it's not really much you need to say. You move accordingly. And so it's super important that you understand to not let people get too comfortable with you, and understand that people do not have an unlimited access to you. Kindness is how you treat people, and having discernment allows you to decide who actually has access to your life. And that's something that's going to be super important to your adulthood, of knowing who actually deserves to be in your circle, who actually deserves to have access to you, who actually is somebody that wants to see you be your best. Okay? Because it's a lot of people that's not going to want that. They're going to want the version of you with low self-esteem, insecure, not really on nothing, wasting time with them, or talking about nothing. It's very few people, of quality people, that wants to see you at your best, thriving, happy, with boundaries, having discernment. And once you figure out your tribe of people, your life is going to just flourish. It really is. So I really encourage everyone to have some discernment, learn more about what discernment is, so you can figure out how to move accordingly. If you made it this far in the video, make sure you like, and you subscribe to my channel. I am always posting every single month. I'm going to try to be more consistent. I really, really am. Like I said, people say what they want to say, but action's going to say it. So watch my actions, y'all. But thanks so much for watching all the way to the end, and I'll see y'all in the next video.